And Mike Huckabee, fresh from his Iowa win. Plus, will Dave shave his beard? All new tonight.
Tonight, from New Hampshire on the eve of the primaries.
I'm fired up.
An Iowa bounce for Barack Obama. He takes the lead in an exclusive CBS News poll. Hillary Clinton plays an unfamiliar role, underdog.
And some people think elections are a game. They think it's like who's up or who's down. It's about our country.
And it's a two-man battle between a rising John McCain and a falling Mitt Romney. You must be a bit frustrated, though, Governor. Come on, level with me on that. I'm Katie Couric. Also tonight, a confrontation between the United States and Iran. The U.S. military says Iranian boats threatened to blow up 3 U.S. Navy ships. And the death penalty.
We could hear moaning and groaning coming from behind the curtains.
Must executions be painless? The Supreme Court will decide.
This is the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric reporting tonight from Bedford, New Hampshire.
Good evening, everyone. Voting begins in just a few hours, first thing tomorrow morning in the nation's first presidential primary. And Democrat Barack Obama may be heading for his second big victory in less than a week. After winning the Iowa caucuses, a new CBS News poll out tonight shows he now has opened a 7-point lead over Hillary Clinton here in New Hampshire. Not only that, Obama for the first time has pulled into a tie with Clinton as the national frontrunner in a new USA Today Gallup poll. In that same poll, Mike Huckabee has taken the lead from Rudy Giuliani on the Republican side. All the candidates are feeling the pressure, and at a campaign stop today, a rare show of emotion from Senator Clinton when she took a question from a voter.
As a woman, I know it's hard to get out of the house and to get ready. And my question is very personal. How do you do it? How do you keep upbeat and so wonderful?
It's not easy. It's not easy. And I couldn't do it if I just didn't, passionately believe it was the right thing to do. I have so many opportunities from this country. I just don't want to see us fall backwards. So, this is very personal for me. It's not just political. It's not just public. I see what's happening, and we have to reverse it. And some people think elections are a game. They think it's like who's up or who's down. It's about our country. It's about our kids' futures. And it's really about all of us together. Some of us put ourselves out there and do this against some pretty difficult odds. And we do it, each one of us, because we care about our country. But some of us are right and some of us are wrong. Some of us are ready and some of us are not. Some of us know what we will do on day one, and some of us haven't really thought that through enough. And so when we look at the array of problems we have and the potential for it getting really spinning out of control, this is one of the most important elections America's ever faced. So as tired as I am, and as difficult it is to kind of keep up what I try to do on the road, like occasionally exercise and try to eat right. It's tough when the easiest food is pizza. I just believe so strongly in who we are as a nation. So I'm going to do everything I can to make my case, and, then the voters get to decide. Thank you all.
Jim Axelrod is covering the Clinton campaign. Jim, you were with the senator this morning, and it was quite a moment, wasn't it?
Absolutely, Katie. After thousands and thousands of questions over the years from the most tough-minded and aggressive reporters, it took a 64-year-old woman attending a campaign event to elicit just about the most personal reaction we've ever seen from Hillary Clinton. It's been a busy couple of days for Marianne Pernold Young as far as presidential candidates go. That's her with Barack Obama on Saturday.
But he moved me to tears.
Today was her turn to move a candidate to tears.
It shows that she's a human being.
Undecided when she woke up, Marianne's now leaning strongly toward Clinton.
She showed emotion. She was there for me. She's there for all of us.
While one of Clinton's rivals didn't see it that way at all, implying she was soft.
Presidential campaigns are tough business, but being president of the United States is also very tough business.
Others will question if the moment was for real. Not Marianne Pernold Young.
People all over this country will watch that moment, and a fair number of them will say, you know what, she was making it up for the camera.
I don't think so at all. Could you do that? Could you be moved to, could you cry like that?
Now, Barack Obama was asked about this as well, and unlike John Edwards, he was sympathetic, saying the grind can get a little tough out here on the campaign trail. Katie?
Jim Axelrod. Jim, thank you. Big crowds have made life on the trail a little less difficult for Obama. Dean Reynolds is just one of the many following Obama here in New Hampshire.
Hey, everybody. The event wasn't starting for another hour, but they were lined up around the block to hear him.
Thank you, guys. I love you back.
So many came, he held one rally outside.
Good luck to you. Thank you so much for coming.
And another inside.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
As he did in winning Iowa, Obama sought independence in the crowd here.
We have you now in our sights. We are coming after you, and coming after you hard.
And according to the new CBS News poll, the strategy is working. Since November, Obama has seen a sharp rise, and Hillary Clinton a sharp drop among independents who will vote Tuesday in New Hampshire's Democratic primary. Chris Sabin is one of them.
I think we have a candidate who can bring the country together.
Even more encouraging for Obama, since November, more people see him as ready for the presidency, all of which confounds Clinton supporters, including the one we met at Obama's rally in Lebanon.
I'm very surprised he's caught on as much as he has. I don't think he's qualified to be president by any means.
Obama was asked today if he wins New Hampshire whether Hillary Clinton should drop out of the race for the nomination. I wouldn't presume to say any such thing, he said. My focus right now is on tomorrow. Katie?
Dean Reynolds, thank you. Now to the Republicans. The new USA Today Gallup poll shows the GOP primary here is a two-man race between John McCain and Mitt Romney. Last week, another national poll had McCain on top. I talked one-on-one with both candidates today as they made a last-minute effort to woo New Hampshire voters.
Thank you.
6 months ago, you were pretty much considered all washed up, Senator McCain. And now,
yes,
obviously, you're leading in at least one national poll. You're leading here in New Hampshire. Do you guys look at each other and say, who'da thunk it?
I think a lot of that had to do with after Labor Day, the voters started looking at the candidates, and we did well in the first debate that we had up here in New Hampshire. Also, and a little straight talk, Katie, the fact that the Petraeus strategy has succeeded in Iraq has given me credibility.
You supported the surge, and the surge was designed, ideally, to increase security so political reconciliation could take place. And as far as I can tell, Senator, political reconciliation still hasn't gotten very far. So can you truly say the surge was fully successful in terms of what it was designed to do?
It has succeeded. It has succeeded beyond many expectations. And there is now, last New Year's Eve, people out in the streets in Baghdad celebrating the new year for the first time. The political process is moving forward very slowly. There's no Thomas Jeffersons in Iraq. Saddam Hussein killed them all. And the same people that are criticizing the lack of political progress are the same ones that declared the war lost. They were wrong then, and in all due respect, they're wrong now.
If, in fact, the Democratic nominee is Barack Obama, and you are, in fact, the Republican nominee, there will be a big difference in your ages.
Yeah.
Do you think that that will become an issue in the campaign?
I think maybe experience and judgment may become an issue in the campaign. But let me say this. I believe that if Senator Clinton, Senator Edwards, or Senator Obama are the nominee of the party, we will have a respectful debate. There won't be any of this negative ads and, personal attacks. And I look forward to any of those three with their positions and philosophy debating mine. And I think the American people want that rather badly right now.
Did you ever go to bed last night?
His main rival, former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney, campaigning in his own backyard and outspending everyone, still finds himself behind.
John McCain won here in 2000. He beat George Bush by a wide margin. He's got a network here. He's been endorsed by all the papers here. That's his constituency. And so I recognize this is an uphill fight for a guy to get into a race who's relatively unknown and fight his way to the top. And here I am, either right about to beat him or going to beat him.
You must be a bit frustrated, though, Governor. Come on, level with me on that.
Why would I be frustrated? This is fabulous. I would literally, at the beginning of my campaign, I was number 5 or number 6 off the list. People said, how do you think you can run against John McCain, Rudy Giuliani, then Fred Thompson? And now I'm in the lead in every early state, tied for the lead or in the lead. I'm in rarefied air. Hey, for a guy from Detroit, this is pretty cool.
Do you make any apologies for basically flooding the press with negative attacks about both Mike Huckabee and John McCain?
Have you seen what comes on my side? I have been attacked from the very beginning of this campaign in a personal way. The messages that we send out describe differences on issues and record. In a campaign, you're trying to describe the very important differences that exist between you and your opponents on your record and on your positions. But it's very different if you call someone names or impugn their character.
Meanwhile, Republican Mike Huckabee is hoping another late-night TV appearance will bring him good ratings here in New Hampshire, and that tops tonight's CBS News Campaign 08 Notebook. Last week, he appeared on Jay Leno. Tonight, he's a guest on Letterman. Huckabee has jumped in recent weeks from a fourth-place tie to a solid third in the USA Today Gallup poll. He says finishing third or fourth in New Hampshire would keep him in the game heading to South Carolina.
How you doing? We have such important work to do.
Democrat John Edwards is also dipping into his Iowa playbook with a 36-hour marathon blitz through New Hampshire. And he's out with a new ad that targets Obama and Clinton.
I may be an underdog in this campaign, running against two candidates with $200 million between them. But the real underdogs are the middle class and the voiceless in this country.
And is this man ready to jump in as a third-party candidate? New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg headlined a bipartisan summit of political leaders who say they're disgusted by the bickering in Washington.
Government is dysfunctional. There's no collaboration and congeniality.
Bloomberg, a Democrat turned Republican turned independent, insists he's not a candidate, at least at this time. And one other note from New Hampshire, the forecast for primary day is clear with temperatures in some places hitting a downright balmy 50 degrees. No major winter storms on the horizon. There is much more CBS News ahead. Up next, his brother was murdered. That was shocking enough, but then he saw how the killer was executed. The debate over lethal injection.
How would you like to win $5,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse every single week for the rest of your life?
You're lying.
Enter at PCH.com or by mail, and you could win for life.
Keeping power flowing to thousands of homes and businesses, Paul is a formidable man, but no match for something smaller than a spark. It was a clot. If you've been hospitalized with heart-related chest pain or had a heart attack, what doctors call ACS, chances are you've had a clot too. But now Paul's on Plavix. Plavix, taken with other heart medicines, helps provide greater protection against heart attack or stroke than other heart medicines alone by helping keep blood platelets from sticking together and forming clots.
If you have a stomach ulcer or other condition that causes bleeding, you should not use Plavix. When taking Plavix alone or with some other medicines, including aspirin, the risk of bleeding may increase, so tell your doctor before planning surgery. And always talk to your doctor before taking aspirin or other medicines with Plavix, especially if you've had a stroke. If you develop fever, unexplained weakness, or confusion, tell your doctor promptly, as these may be signs of a rare but potentially life-threatening condition called TTP, which has been reported rarely, sometimes in less than 2 weeks after starting therapy. Other rare but serious side effects may occur.
Ask your doctor about Plavix today, because you're no match for a dangerous clot. If you take Plavix with other heart medicines, continuing to do so will help increase your protection against a future heart attack or stroke beyond your other heart medicines alone. You may be feeling better, but your risk never goes away. Help stay protected. Stay with Plavix.
When we have new Asian garlic shrimp and new fire-grilled tequila lime shrimp, not to mention Red Lobster classics like shrimp scampi and hand-breaded shrimp, It's not fair to make you choose just one. So we won't. For a limited time, you can pair the two that you like best together. From any of our chefs' new creations to classic favorites. Every time you visit, it's a new experience. At Red Lobster, come see what's fresh today.
Glad Force Flex trash bags are so strong. One bag is all you need to pick up the pieces from even your biggest disasters.
Where do you want the piano?
Get Glad Force Flex and find out why 7 out of 10 consumers prefer it over the other leading brand.
Some good news tonight about crime in America. The FBI says that after rising for 2 straight years, it's down. There were fewer murders, rapes, and robberies for the first half of 2007, with violent crime dipping nearly 2%. Auto thefts dropped by more than 7% and arson by nearly 10%. From crime to punishment now, the Supreme Court today heard arguments over the most widely used form of execution, lethal injection. It's practiced in 35 of the 36 states that have the death penalty. Almost all use a cocktail of drugs that causes death by heart attack, but critics say it can cause such excruciating pain it should be ruled unconstitutional. Here's Wyatt Andrews.
The question facing the court is whether lethal injections too often amount to torture and have become cruel and unusual punishment. 2 years ago in Ohio, for example, when convicted murderer Joseph Clark got his mix of lethal drugs, he cried out in pain for an hour before he died.
We could hear moaning and groaning coming from behind the curtains.
Even the victim's brother, who wanted Clark to die, says no one should die like that.
I believe in the Constitution, which says no cruel and unusual punishment. And that's what I think it was cruel and unusual punishment.
Opponents of lethal injection in a case from Kentucky are asking the Supreme Court justices to end all executions that bring, quote, an unnecessary risk of pain.
Our position is the pain that is inflicted here when this goes wrong is torturous, excruciating pain under any definition.
Justice Antonin Scalia, however, asked where in the Constitution does an inmate get the right to die pain-free?
Where does that come from? That you must find the method of execution that causes the least pain.
Back in Kentucky, the inmate who brought this case, Ralph Bays, had killed 2 police officers with an assault rifle. The families of those officers believe Bays should face the risk of pain.
You know, he needs to stop and think. Wonder how that felt when those AK-47 bullets went into the back of my brother's head.
Because so many states use lethal injections, this case has essentially put the death penalty on hold nationwide until the justices decide this, probably this spring. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News at the Supreme Court.
In health news tonight, new research finds no link between mercury and vaccines and autism in children. Suspicion had focused on a vaccine preservative called thimerosal, which contains mercury. Thimerosal was eliminated from most vaccines in 2001, but since then, a study in California showed that instead of going down, autism cases there continue to climb. Coming up next, a confrontation at sea. The U.S. Navy says Iran came this close to provoking an attack.
Bad sore throat pain? New Cepacol spray is a big shot of relief. Numbs pain instantly in just 1 shot. Old-fashioned sprays need 5. New Cepacol spray. The little spray that's a big shot of relief.
You can customize your car, your ringtone, and now dinner.
Now customize dinner with Applebee's 3-Course Classic starting at $9.99. Choose entree, appetizer, and dessert starting at $9.99.
Applebee's. Get it together, baby.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure and I have high cholesterol. Sometimes problems come in 2s, but sometimes help can come in 1. Catawit. Catawit contains 2 proven medicines, Norvasc for high blood pressure and Lipitor for high cholesterol, combined in 1 pill. Catawit. Catawit is one of many treatment options that I discussed with my doctor. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you. Along with diet and exercise, 1 pill doing 2 jobs for me. My doctor said Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. For blood pressure and cholesterol-lowering benefits, it's Cataway. 1 pill, 2 medicines. Makes sense to you? Makes sense to me. 1 pill, 2 medicines. Ask your doctor if Cataway is right for you.
Whoa. Yeah. Woo. Advil liquid gels. Rushing liquid relief wherever you hurt. There's still nothing proven to work faster or last longer. Advil liquid gels. The every pain reliever. In a hurry.
Vitamin D is a key to calcium absorption, which helps keep bones strong. Caltrate has advanced levels of vitamin D. Keep your bones strong to keep your body strong. Caltrate, the key to strong bones.
I didn't have auto insurance. Yeah, I was that awful uninsured driver everyone's afraid of. But when the price of auto insurance is way up here and your cash flow's way down here, you gotta make tough choices. Then I hooked up with Safe Auto. They got me all the insurance the state requires for less. They know what it's like. So now I'm insured. Fear me no more.
At Safe Auto, we know what it's like, and we're here to help 24/7. Play it safe. Call now.
Safe Auto. There was a dangerous confrontation over the weekend between U.S. and Iranian forces. It happened in the Strait of Hormuz and nearly led to a battle at sea. More from Bob Orr at the Pentagon.
High seas hostilities have been building for months, with heavily armed speedboats carrying Iran's Revolutionary Guard darting near U.S. ships patrolling the dangerous waters of the Persian Gulf. Now, one senior Pentagon official says an incident early Sunday was the most provocative we've seen so far. 3 U.S. warships were passing through the Strait of Hormuz, a strategic oil shipping channel, when 5 small fast boats sped toward their right flank. The boats, one flying an Iranian flag, raced directly at the U.S. ships, dropping unidentified white boxes in the water. A warning crackled over the ship's radios. "We're coming at you," a voice said. "You'll blow up in a couple of minutes." Military sources say the U.S. ships began taking evasive actions, and at least one of them came extremely close to firing just before the Iranian boats sped away.
When they act that way, it raises the possibility of a miscalculation on their part that somebody might take it just too far.
This is at least the 3rd time in 6 months that Iranian boats have harassed U.S. ships in international waters. And just last March, 15 British sailors were captured in the Persian Gulf and held for 2 weeks by the Revolutionary Guard. Now, U.S. officials are warning Iran in polite terms to knock it off before someone gets hurt. Bob Orr, CBS News, the Pentagon.
And I'll be back with more from New Hampshire in a moment.
Showdown in New Hampshire. Will the Obama freight train keep moving on? McCain, Romney, and Huckabee battle for the Granite State. Katie Kirk reports live tomorrow on the CBS Evening News.
Who makes chicken noodle soup as good as your grandma?
I do, because I make it with Swanson broth.
Swanson broth is made with all-natural chicken stock and the flavors of garden vegetables and herbs.
My secret is Swanson broth.
For more recipes, visit swansonbroth.com.
If you have high blood pressure like me and get a cold, you need cold medicine with a heart. Only Coracetin HBP has a heart right on the box. It's the only cold brand that won't raise your blood pressure. Coracetin HBP, powerful cold medicine with a heart.
I know I have high cholesterol, but I didn't know it may have led to my erectile dysfunction. Then my doctor told me about Levitra.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it might lead to ED. So I asked my doctor about Levitra. He said it's made for guys with ED.
If you're a guy with high cholesterol or diabetes, Levitra is proven to help treat your ED.
Ask your doctor if you are healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision or hearing, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Levitra works for me. Maybe it can work for you.
Over 1 million guys have already taken Levitra.
Why wait? Ask your doctor if Levitra is right for you.
Hi,
People with chronic constipation are on the move, thanks to prescription Amatiza. Amatiza gave a majority of people with chronic constipation relief within 24 hours. On average, people were able to go 5 to 6 times a week, compared to 3 to 4 times without Amatiza. Amatiza helps relieve symptoms like straining, abdominal discomfort, and bloating. Don't take Amatiza if you've ever had a bowel obstruction or have severe diarrhea. Women of childbearing age should have a negative pregnancy test and practice effective birth control due to the potential risk to the fetus. Talk to your doctor to evaluate the risks. In clinical studies, the most common side effects were nausea, diarrhea, and headache. Tell your doctor if you experience severe diarrhea or severe nausea. If chronic constipation slows you down, ask your doctor if you should move to Amatiza.
A string of murders in Metro. The victims, all homeless people. Well, now detectives may have a break in the case. Exclusive new details about a possible suspect next at 6.
Back now from New Hampshire on the eve of the primaries, we want to check in with our political pros. Bob Schieffer is our chief Washington correspondent and anchor of Face the Nation. Jeff Greenfield, our senior political correspondent. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Good to see you, Jeff. What do you make of Hillary Clinton's display of emotion today?
Let's try a human response. That after 18-hour days, a year on the road, the prospect of the presidency, which seemed in her grasp, possibly slipping away, I thought it was a human reaction. The idea that it was somehow gender-based. I mean, Clinton's cried on television, George W. Bush has cried, Mitt Romney's teared up. That said, the last night before the primary, to see an affecting moment is kind of like chicken soup politically. It might not help, but it sure couldn't hurt.
All right, and Bob, you went to some Obama rallies today. I know you talked to former New Jersey Senator Bill Bradley, who endorsed Obama, and Bradley described him as the feel-good candidate. What did he mean by that?
Well, I tell you what he means. I asked Senator Bradley, I said, what is it that Obama's doing? What's he tapping into? And he said, you know, people look at Obama and it makes them realize how far the country has come. And they're proud of that. And then they think, how far could we go? It makes people feel good. When Obama goes out, these rallies, this is for real. He's clicking with people. He mentions the word you more than he mentions the word I. He somehow just brings the audience into it. And he's just doing very well. He continues to draw by far the largest crowd of any candidate here in New Hampshire, as he did in Iowa.
Do you think he and McCain might end up hurting each other?
Well, here's the thing. They're both competing for these independent candidates. And they both need them. If one of them does really, really well, it might hurt the other.
Meanwhile, you have some news from the McCain camp, which is lower expectations.
Yeah, they thought Romney had a very good debate last night. They think that the tax issue that hurt McCain in 2000 will hurt him among Republicans, and they think they're going to win, but they think, you know, if Romney had 4 or 5 more days, he might pull out. They certainly don't think they're going to get an 18-point win as they did in 2000.
All right, well, to be continued, right, gentlemen? This should be an exciting day tomorrow.
That's why we have elections.
In New Hampshire, that's right. Bob Schieffer, Jeff Greenfield.
One for the books.
Thank you both so much. And that is the CBS Evening News. I'm Katie Couric in Bedford, New Hampshire, and we'll all be here tomorrow with the very latest on the primaries. Thank you for watching. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Prilosec OTC. Want to keep your heartburn from coming back? Try Prilosec OTC, the only OTC heartburn remedy that works to block heartburn before it begins. For 24 hours with 1 pill a day. The round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
Exclusive new information tonight about a series of homeless murders in Nashville. Police think they know how they did it.
A tragic story involving a 7-year-old boy out riding his bicycle.
And a crack addiction leads a woman to do the unthinkable, beat and rob her own grandmother. I'm Rodney Dunnigan. I'll have the story for you in a live report.
Well, it was an excellent feeling.
A powerful district attorney says he feels vindicated. In an exclusive interview, you'll hear why.
Record-tying warmth and dry weather across our area. Not too far down the road, though, some showers and storms that are headed our way. Your news begins now.
From your news and information leader, Tennessee's first and only local news in high definition. This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Exclusive new information tonight about a series of homeless murders in Nashville.
Sources with the Metro Police Department confirm they have a person of interest.
Metro Police have been collecting evidence for more than 2 weeks to try and tie that man to the crimes. It turns out he's in jail on unrelated charges. News Channel 5's Mark Bellinger is here with exclusive details.
Vicki, tonight